right, so today I'm gonna do some body clipping. This is Henry, and I'm gonna give Henry an Irish clip today. An Irish clip is the neck, shoulders, and you do a diagonal line from the withers to about across their belly. So that they're where they sweat the most, their neck, their girth area gets clipped. I had already done a full body clip in September with this horse, so he doesn't have a lot of hair, but today in our work he got pretty sweaty, and it's warm out, and I don't know if we'll have another warm day, so I want to get some more hair off. So in getting prepared for body clipping, one of the most important things is fully bathe your horse. Scrub them clean, because if they're dirty, it ruins your blades, and the blades get really hot, and it's going to leave tracks, and your clip is not going to turn out that well. So they need to be fully clipped. Now this horse has already dried, but I do body clip them wet sometimes. So a lot of people are like, oh, the horse is never going to dry. I clip them wet. The only part when you clip them wet that's hard is the belly. Sometimes you'll miss some spots on the belly because it's so wet, it's like glued to their skin. But I've clipped wet a lot, and it's been fine. So the first thing I do is I put a raincoat on, and they do have like Tyvek suits you can use, but this raincoat's no longer waterproof, so it's becoming my body clipping coat, and it's just easier to not have all of the little hairs stick into my clothing. My favorite clippers are the Andes Ultra Edge. I think they have some other models too, but the Andes, the powerful ones with 2 speeds, are always very good clippers. I also like these. These are, I thought they were Lister, but they're not. They're Premier. Lister makes the same type of clipper. These are really good. I don't use them very much because I keep my horses pretty clipped, but if you have a horse that's really heavy coat and it's their first clip, you want to use these big guys on that. They don't clip close enough, and they're really noisy. So I actually don't use these very much, but these are very good if you have a heavy coated horse. I usually clip with 10 blades. So here is the ceramic edge 10 blades, and they're very good. The ceramic edge stays sharp for a long time. And then these are T10s, so you can see that the top is wider. So just like lawnmowers that have a longer blade thing, you can do less passes with the T blade. They also make a T84, which are good for clipping, but it's a little bit longer hair. And the 10s. When I get really annoyed of horses that I have to clip a lot, I have clipped with a 15 blade. But I don't do that for a lot of horses. Usually I do 10s. So we have T10s. Then I also I really like Andes. So I have this blade care that I'll dunk the blade in every couple of minutes, and you dunk it in there to clean. I know some people pour it into the cap, but then I always end up dumping the cap and dumping it on myself, so I just dunk directly into the thing. And like I've got Cool Care. There is another brand of Cool something, or I don't know what the brand is, but just to spray on when the blades start getting really hot. I'll spray them with this sometimes in between dunking. Then I also use a brush and continually brush the hair off the blades. And after I dunk it, I make sure I have a towel, so I wipe all the grease off the blades before I go back to the horse. So that's all the equipment that I like to have with me to clip. So when I clip, I usually start at their shoulder. I know that this horse has been clipped a gazillion times, so he's really good with stuff. Some horses, sometimes I like to do the head and legs first just because that's the hardest and to get that over with, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with his shoulder. So you wanna make sure that you go against the grain, or against the direction of the hair, I should say. And you don't need to press or anything, just let the blades do the work. And again, it's a lot like mowing the lawn. This horse is very friendly. It's a lot like mowing the lawn, you want to go over your line. So I put one line in, and then I go over it a little bit. So you can see the blade is overlapping what's already been clipped. Now I know on a gray horse, I don't know how well you can see it. But if you press too hard, you're gonna get lines. And I go in short strokes. When that gets hairy, you wanna brush it off. And you can hear when the blades start getting hot or dirty, then you wanna dunk them. It's not quite ready yet. So along the mane, you want to just pick your line there. Try not to clip the mane hair off. I've done it, and then they have a mohawk for months. But here his hair goes straight up, so I am gonna turn my blade to go with the direction. And then just neaten up the line. I'm doing an Irish clip on this horse. I'm gonna go ahead and draw my line, my boundary, or my outline. I'm gonna go here where you can see where the hair is kind of coming off the flank, and you can see that line, so that's the line I'm gonna pick. There we go. So that's my line for the Irish clip. You can see he's not that furry up here. And he's not a big sweater, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do a full clip. It's December 1st today, so we've got lots of cold weather coming. So he'll be okay. You can spray Shoshin or laser. This is actually laser sheen in a Shoshin bottle. You can spray their hair with Shoshin, and it helps the blade slide through the hair much better. And also so here I've got some hair and stuff. So we're ready to dunk this. So I'm gonna brush the hair off first. Take my blade wash. Some people I've used rubbing alcohol before too, and that helps cool the blades. I don't feel like it lubricates them, so you have to do rubbing alcohol and then blade oil. But for this, I just use the blade wash, and you don't dunk the whole thing. You just dunk the edges of the blade. So this is a ceramic tip blade, or ceramic edge, they call it. So I just dunk the edge of the blade. I don't dunk the whole machinery. And then I kind of shake it out. Wipe it off. And I'm ready to get going again. All right, so one side of Henry is clipped in an Irish clip. A few pointers, armpits or where there's saggy skin, you just have to like pull the skin out of the way to try to get into the folds. And for armpits too, you can pick up the front leg to stretch the skin out. And sometimes under the jowls and stuff, you just kind of have to move the skin around. Move the skin around to be able to get into, like this part's always really hard across the throat latch. I usually do the inside of the leg from the other side. So like I was working on the inside of the right leg from this left side. Thanks.
When you're clipping, you don't want to have your blade at an angle. You want to put the blade flat against the horse. So against the direction of the hair, with the blade flat on the horse. Like this way. And if you're like lopsided, you're going to get lower. So flat.